Okay, so we read about Christopher Newport, and we are trying to find out, our I can statement the whole week was I can identify the main idea and important details. So now it's our turn to use this graphic organizer to kind of organize our thoughts. So, as you read with me the story about Christopher Newport, what did you think? What was the big idea? What was the topic of the story? Exactly. It was all about who? Christopher Newport. I'm going to write that right here. I'm using my capital letters. I'm spelling correctly because I wrote it down first, like you're going to do. Christopher Newport. That was the topic. What was the big idea? Now, down here, the main idea. What was actually the text mostly about? Besides just Christopher Newport, what was it about? So I'm going to give you about a minute to talk it over and turn and talk with a grown up. Go ahead, boys and girls. You try. So, what did you come up with? All right, well, I came up with as well that the main idea was Christopher Newport, made many contributions to Jamestown. Because remember, the word contributions we learned was the act of giving or doing something good. And he, of course, did many of those things. Right here, I'm going to type that Christopher Newport made many contributions and I'm going to spell Jamestown with a capital J. And again, I wrote this down first and then I typed. It comes out much better for you. Okay, so the main idea. What was the text mostly about? Christopher Newport made many contributions to Jamestown. All right, now let's come up with one detail together while we're here, because we know we have to have details to support our main idea. So, what kind of contributions did he do? Well, the first one I remember reading about was that he safely brought first colonists to Jamestown. So, I'm going to write that right here. He safely brought first colonist to, again, Jamestown. I'm going to do capital. And don't forget, I wrote this down first, like I think you should, because it's so much easier to spell. Okay, he safely brought first colonists to Jamestown. Now, I want you to turn to your partner there, your grown up, and try to come up with two more supporting details. Try it, and then we're going to do it together. So let's come up with two more details of what did Christopher Newport do? What contributions did he make to Jamestown besides he safely brought the first colonists to Jamestown? All right, I'll give you a few minutes. Go ahead and you try. Turn to your grown-up. Okay, well, I hope you had a chance to talk about it. Do you remember we saw the picture of the Indians and the fighting? So I remembered one of his contributions was that he kept the peace between the Indians and the settlers. So they weren't always fighting. So I'm going to click in my next box. He kept the peace between the Indians and the settlers. Did you think of another one? Were you able to? Okay, well, I remember very important thing is when everyone was getting sick and they were running out of food and supplies, he actually went back to England and brought back more supplies and more people to Jamestown. So I think that's an important contribution as well. So again, he brought. So that was a huge. Oh, look, Miss McCarla right there. Told you I wasn't going to misspell anything, and I was going too fast, so I'll put my E settlers. There we go. Okay, he brought back more supplies and settlers to Jamestown, which saved everyone. So he was a very important man, and I hope that you enjoyed reading the story about Christopher Newport and learning the most important, the main idea and the supporting details. I will talk to you soon.